What are you up to, David?
Spotting the lens, it's not coming off. Lux. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good episode. It's definitely the first truly great episode of this era so far, if I'm going to be honest.
The maddest episode ever.
I really enjoyed it.
I know, I enjoyed it as well.
Really good.
As much as it had problems, it's still a 10.
I think, yeah.
As much as it had problems, it's still a 10.
So I really liked Lux. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it basically from start to finish. When I got done with it, I was like, yeah, that was a really good episode. That was cracking.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was so different from anything else ever. I mean, the idea of cartoons jumping out of screens and, you know, just the kind of craziness, you know, of that. It's just so different from any other show ever, which I really like, because it's like after all this time, they can still surprise us and go, look at this thing that we do.
Exactly, and seeing like 2D characters that work compared to say last week's episodes.
Indeed. Oh.
I thought it's the best of Chuti's era so far. I thought it was an absolutely amazing episode.
Well, can I just start by saying, I just want to say, I really enjoyed last week. I know it's really annoying in this video about Lux.
Barry's going to edit that out, David.
I know he's going to edit it out, but I just really want to say I really enjoyed Robot Revolution, because this series, what is continued in Lux, is what I really enjoy. A, it's not. B, the companion is having exactly what we need from Doctor Who. It's a companion who's going, Doctor, who are you? What's going on? And then, whoa, where are we? And can I go home? And then, finally, in the second episode of Lux, she's like trying to go home, but learning about who the Doctor is and what that means. And that whole journey is amazing, because I just feel like we haven't had that in so long.
You know, she pushed the Doctor a little bit more, and you see in here in this episode she begins to trust him more, but it feels earned.
And Belinda was still consistent as well, because this is the big thing, was that I was worried she was going to lose that antagonism.
Yeah.
And then immediately
She
be on
challenged
board.
him.
She still was challenging him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it took a while to get to trust him. And the trust was what won the day in terms of trying to resolve the plot and save the Doctor in the end, was because she learned.
She
to
very
trust
much
him.
presents as a typical nurse getting angry at people.
Mr. Ring-a-Ding was a very good villain, although I agree with most people in the sense of I wanted to see more of Mr. Ring-a-Ding. I like Alan Cumming, he's a great actor.
I mean, I'm honestly quite a fan of just the style of animation that Lux is. I'm going to call him Mr. Ring-a-Ding because they're practically the same person. Mr. Ring-a-Ding, I really liked the way Mr. Ring-a-Ding was designed and how he was based on cartoons from that era, from the 1930s, like the old Walt Disney silly symphonies. And I just thought it was terrific with the way he moved, all the mannerisms he had, all the visual gags, and just the extravagant proportions. And Alan Cumming's voice portrayal was just excellent.
It genuinely worked in a way that I was surprised that we could do with a Doctor Who budget. I wasn't sure how much we could get away with of a 2D character existing in this world, but genuinely it felt so seamless.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You didn't feel like it was a thing, and even like online they've done social media, which kind of reflects that, where the Mr. Ring-a-Ding is escaping out the frame of the social media.
Yeah.
Which is really clever.
I do have one little problem that's been niggling me. Why did Mr. Ring-a-Ding, my apologies, cast a shadow? If he is a being of light, he should not cast a shadow. Now, when he was in the projecting room, he didn't cast a shadow. But when he was on the stage, in front of the screen, he cast a shadow. If he is a being of light, photons only under very rare and specific circumstances cast shadows.
The way I handled a lot of the 50s era kind of politics, you know, it wasn't the main focus of the episode. You know, it did sort of want to be more, you know, it was more about like the Lux and saving the people, but the way I handled it, I thought was done well.
Shooty's speech about how, you know, sometimes it hasn't been toppled yet, but you have to wait for that, but in the meantime you shine. That was kind of beautiful, and I think it would have been nice maybe even to see an example of that, like, you know, in Dot and Bubble, when none of the people were grateful for what he did. Maybe just another moment of people not being grateful, but him still being fabulous and a saviour and a hero anyway, and the audience having that to look up to.
Okay.
Something like that, just something more with the setting.
I like that in itself. I like that we can have a whole story and little peppers of that in amongst it.
But when we got to the whole fan stuff, I just walked out laughing. Like, there's the job that we all needed.
First, I was a little bit annoyed because I'm kind of someone that's not a fan of this comic book guy from The Simpsons type stereotype of a geek in media, and I was annoyed at first about that with the three fans, and I'm sorry I forgot their names, but that started to turn around when Belinda in a heating up moment said, "Oh, you're so annoying," and Lizzie, that's the only one I can remember, said, "Oh, that's okay," and then the Dr. Belinda were like, no, it's not okay. Like, they're like, "No, you're not annoying at all." I actually quite like that.
In terms of like the big part, which was the Doctor sort of breaking the fourth wall, you know, I thought that was done really well. I thought it was handled, you know, the scene kind of got leaked before online, which is kind of ironic since they joke about that in the scene, but I thought it was well handled. It wasn't too mean-spirited, but there was a few little jokes. It was overall a nice moment.
I wasn't sure at first about when they actually came out and there was a universe where people were watching Doctor Who on television within the show of Doctor Who. I really didn't know how to feel about that at first. But you know what? They won me over by the end of that scene with the emotion and the whole, like, we're not going to exist soon and that's fine.
Can I just say, when that started, no, I'm interrupting you because it was so funny that I feel that I'm allowed to interrupt you. When
Clearly.
the screen was broken, like I'm breaking the screen now by interrupting her monologue, the screen was broken and the Doctor met his fans. Katrina just broke. She just broke, because I was watching it with Katrina here, and she was just like, no, David, stop it, I need to process, I can't, and I literally need to pause it, because Katrina was like, I can't process what's just happened, and I'm not sure that I'm gonna like it. I just wanted to throw that in, because I really enjoyed that moment in the episode with this moment, because in the end it wasn't a bad thing.
No, I came round to it. They totally won me over. It was the emotion side of it. Like, they didn't just do this and then it was this cringy joke. They actually brought, like, the idea of, like, oh, we're not going to exist soon, but it's fine because you're the Doctor and we want to sacrifice ourselves for you. So I actually thought that was gorgeous and really original.
One thing I did have a small gripe on, I don't think any one Doctor Who fan would agree on a set story if they were in the room. So the fact that they all agreed that Light was their favourite story, I was like, maybe not the best, maybe not the best interpretation.
The fan scene that I genuinely loved, the fan scenes.
The fan scenes were absolutely kind of like, oh my god. And I have a t-shirt with Tell Us Cyberman on it, and I kind of felt like, oh my god, that's any of us. The idea
they were fake fans though, not that because they were within a realm of existence that Mr. Ring-a-Ding may have made, was that they put season 2 collection Blu-ray in front of season 9 on the back of their shelf.
Outrageous.
So it was going like season 8 with the standard edition, collector's edition 9, then season 2, and I'm like, right, the fake fans, this is not real.
That's some sort of weird RTD message. Conspiracies.
And what's the deal with Mrs. Flood? Don't know. Let's hope we get a satisfactory answer to who Mrs. Flood is and she isn't a nobody who was important because we treated her like she was important. Boo-hoo.
I thought the music cue using the Series 5 so soundtrack kind of made sense with the theme. How Amy was, you know, kind of like she was kind of like a fan of the Doctor, so these were fans of the Doctor. It was like stories becoming real. You know, it kind of fit. It did maybe go on a little long. You know, it maybe could have been shortened down a little bit. We could have maybe got a little bit more with Mr. Ring-a-Ding. But overall it was nice, and I like that they come back at the end. It's sort of, you know, the Doctor, like Lux, is kind of made of light, and they themselves are fictional characters. And so there's kind of like a parallel there, and how the Doctor kind of, you know, regardless if they're fictional or real, so you know, brought them together, and I thought that was a nice ending.
How did you find the ending of it? Like him becoming like
bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
like form? Yeah.
That was a bit weird.
Because it felt a bit. Some of the other stuff I could really get behind in terms of like the meta stuff and how us as fans aren't real. Like we're fictional. We're not real. We're as real to you as Doctor Who is to the fans in that episode.
Exactly.
Like this to you this is a persona. This
We're
is
not
only,
real. When you switch this off, we'll be gone.
Yes, we will disappear in the same way. That's quite a haunting thing.
Yeah.
And I could get behind that because it's quite a tangible thing.
Yeah.
Mr. Ring-a-Ding going up into space to be part of light was so untangible. I couldn't get.
What I kind of thought was that the idea was that he just kept eating and eating and eating and eating so much that he expanded to fill all the space available, which was the universe.
Right. Okay.
The idea of an expanding galaxy. That it keeps expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding.
So we essentially have like a
Mr. Ring-a-Ding galaxy.
A Mr. Ring-a-Ding filter on the universe now.
Yeah.
Like an Instagram filter.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Got it. I understand it now. 10 out of 10.
I thought it was grand.
Overall, I enjoyed it.
So, you know,
But I had problems, but overall, I enjoyed it.
I thought it was grand. So let's hopefully the well next week will be another cracker.
Hopefully.
Overall, I just feel excited because I just feel like there's lots to discuss and it feels like Doctor is going somewhere. I actually care what's happening for the first time. That's it. I care what's happening in Doctor Who for the first time in a long time. I always care what's happening in Doctor Who, but this time it feels like it's going somewhere and I want to know where it goes.
Yeah, beautiful. What a perfect note to end on. I think that's us. Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Glasgow Doctor Who YouTube channel.